For 24 years, the FIFA World Cup operated on a predictable mathematical baseline: 32 teams broken evenly into 8 groups, producing a perfectly symmetrical bracket. But in 2026, that symmetry disappears. Across 3 host nations, the field expands to 48 teams, playing 104 matches over 39 days. To handle this expansion, FIFA originally proposed groups of 3 teams, but sports scientists quickly spotted a fatal flaw. In a 3-team group, one team is always idle on the final match day. That allows the 2 active teams to play with full knowledge of the exact scoreline they both need to ensure mutual qualification at the expense of the team watching from the sidelines. To protect the tournament's competitive integrity, FIFA reverted to traditional groups of 4, a move that effectively broke the tournament's mathematical symmetry. The final structure divides those 48 teams into 12 distinct groups of 4. When we take the top 2 teams from each of those 12 groups, the math produces exactly 24 advancing nations. But the 2026 knockout stage begins with a round of 32. Dropping our 24 qualifiers into that bracket leaves a massive gap: 8 empty slots. To fill those 8 missing slots, FIFA introduced a secondary qualification layer, one that forces teams to navigate 2 different sets of standings simultaneously to survive the group stage. Historically, if teams tied on points, overall goal difference was the primary tiebreaker. The team that scored the most cumulative goals across all their matches held the advantage. For 2026, direct head-to-head results now absolutely overrule overall goal difference when separating tied teams inside a group. This means losing a direct match to a group rival cannot be salvaged by running up a massive scoreline against the group's weakest team. Because losing a head-to-head matchup is now statistically devastating, managers are incentivized to deploy cautious, risk-averse defensive shapes whenever they face another top-seeded team. These key matches are no longer about high-scoring spectacles. They are defensive battles designed to protect the head-to-head tiebreaker at all costs. The 8 missing knockout spots are awarded to the 8 best third-place teams across the tournament. Once the group stage concludes, the 12 third-place teams are pooled into one centralized leaderboard. Because they never play each other, a head-to-head tiebreaker is impossible. Here, the math reverts back to overall goal difference and total goals scored. This creates a tactical paradox. Teams must play defensively to secure a head-to-head advantage for a top 2 spot. But if they fall to third, their survival suddenly depends on having a high-scoring goal difference. A team in a competitive, low-scoring group is structurally penalized, while a third-place team in an unbalanced group benefits from other nations suffering heavy defeats. Ultimately, a nation's survival may depend on the final score of a match played by completely different teams on the other side of the continent. If points and goal difference are still tied on the third-place table, the fair play conduct score becomes the final decider. Yellow cards cost a team 1 point, while a direct red card is a 4-point penalty. This creates a disciplinary cliff, where a single yellow card for time wasting can statistically eliminate a nation from the World Cup. Because bookings only wipe clean after the quarterfinals, managers must carefully rotate players to avoid a 1-game suspension during the new round of 32. In this system, a tactical foul is a mathematical risk that can instantly end a country's tournament dreams. Reaching the final now requires surviving 8 matches while navigating the high summer heat and vast travel distances of North America. To manage the physical toll, FIFA institutionalized mandatory 3-minute hydration breaks, effectively dividing every football match into 4 physical quarters. New countermeasures also target dead ball time wasting, including a 5-second visual countdown for throw-ins and goal kicks. Substitutions are now strictly timed. Any player taking longer than 10 seconds to leave the pitch forces their team to play a man down for 1 full minute. Successfully navigating the 2026 group stage places a premium on squad depth and physical endurance, as teams are forced to manage their rosters against the clock, the cards, and the new tiebreaker math.